As a lot of you guys know, I'm about to embark on a pretty long road trip. So I'll talk about that later on in a little bit. So I'm all loaded up. Right now I'm going to go camp for the night. Hopefully find somewhere that's really cool because we are going through a heat wave right now. Hence me pouring sweat from just loading up my Jeep. So I'm going to try to go up to the mountains, camp for the night, and I'm just going to camp out in my Jeep because I did build out my Jeep for me to live in for the winter season. And just going to do a little trial run of it tonight. I had to turn around. I got on the road, looked over for my passenger, and I forgot the most important thing of the trip. I forgot my little one. And I left my window open and everything. Look at her. She just watched me pack up and pack her bed up and her bag and everything, and then I just pull on off. I know, she's crying. Oh goodness. So real quick, before I start this, I want to let you guys know, because I'm sure y'all are probably wondering what this little fuzzy thing is on my shirt, if you guys can see it. So I know a lot of people have been complaining about they have a hard time hearing me sometimes, especially like when I'm in my Jeep. So I have little microphones now that clip on to my shirt, and so that way you guys can hear me better. So I've arrived at this pretty awesome camping spot right now, and it's pretty secluded. So I wanted to let you guys know what my plan is and what I'm doing right now. In a couple of weeks, I get back on the road and we'll be traveling full-time this time. So I'm not going to be staying in places for months. I'm actually going to be traveling through the states completely full-time. And for the ones that don't know, I'm going to be storing my travel trailer, and I'm just going to be living out of my Jeep and my tent. So, and I'm going to be doing that for 5 months with this little one right there. So that's the plan. And so basically I'm going to be homeless for 5 months, just living out of a Jeep and my tent. And I already have my Jeep completely built out. I've taken the back seat out, put a platform in it. There's a bed in there. I have a fridge, solar generators, all that good stuff. So I'll be alternating between sleeping in a tent and then sleeping in my Jeep. A lot of places that I go to, if I plan on being there for a long time, then I'm going to set the tent up and I'll be sleeping in my tent. If I'm only going to be there for a couple of days, then I'm just going to sleep in my Jeep. And then also if the weather's going to be extremely bad, like really windy and stuff, I'll sleep in my Jeep. So I've really planned this out, and I've been planning this out for a while, and I've been giving it a lot of thought. And I know I've already talked about this on some videos and everything, and I've gotten a lot of emails and comments from people concerned about what I'm doing, and thank you very much for the concern. I totally understand. I am very nervous, scared, excited, happy, all the good stuff to be doing what I'm doing. I think little one is enjoying the outdoors right now. So yeah, so I'm going through all the feelings about this long road trip that I'm about to take. But, you know, when I bought my travel trailer and I left Vegas and moved into my travel trailer, I went through the same exact feelings also. So I'm just going through these feelings again. But after about a month or so being on the road, I'll ease off on those nervousness and being scared feelings. I used to do a lot of camping back in the day, and I used to do a lot of camping like by myself in the middle of nowhere. So I'm familiar with how to do what I'm doing. And then also, to get back to the people that have sent me messages about being concerned, I have decided that I am not going to stay in unestablished places. So, kind of sucks, the world that we live in nowadays, but I'm a little too nervous to be going and staying in a lot of places that are just unestablished, if that makes sense. So meaning all the places that I'll be staying in, they're not going to be packed campgrounds, because that takes away the whole purpose of what I'm trying to do. But I've managed to find a lot of places. I've been using this one website a lot, and basically it's just this one website. It's people who own hundreds or thousands of acres of property, and it's private property, and it's in the mountains or in the wilderness or in the forest somewhere. And they live on their property also, but they just let people come and camp on their lands. So I'll basically be staying in the middle of nowhere, but on private property. So I'll feel more safe doing stuff like that, knowing that I'm staying on somebody's private property and that they're somewhere on the property also. But I'll be far away from anybody if there's any other campers and stuff. So I've been pretty smart planning this all out. So for everyone that's worried about me and little one traveling by herself and camping in the middle of nowhere by ourselves, Mama's been smart. So yeah, sorry this is going to be a little bit long, but I'm trying to give you guys an update and everything. I know it's kind of crazy that I'm just leaving my travel trailer and just taking the Jeep and my tent and not staying in my travel trailer. But I started this whole journey when I left Vegas 14 months ago to do a whole self-discovery of myself and make myself happy and, you know, just rediscover myself. So I've been doing that since I've left Vegas, and I am definitely in a lot better place than I've ever been in my whole entire life mentally, but I still have a lot to work on. So I feel like with me storing my travel trailer and just taking my Jeep and just living out of my Jeep and just living out of my tent and not having those fancy necessities and stuff like that, and really roughing it and really being with nature, because we all know how much I love nature and how I am just such at peace with nature. I mean, look at me, I'm sitting on the ground right now talking to you guys in the middle of nature. So yeah, so I feel like doing this for the 5 months and just really roughing it out in nature is really going to help me do some more self-discovery of myself. I'm not going to watch any TV, nothing for like the whole 5 months. I'm not going to have a TV. So yeah, this is going to be a whole experience for me mentally. And this is exactly what I want, because like I said, I'm still doing that self-discovery of myself. I'm just trying to work on a lot more things and everything. So yeah. So I just want to give you guys an update about that. And then I'm going to show you guys my tent. So this tent right here, because I know you guys are probably thinking, wow, that tent's pretty big, but you got to think, I'm going to be living in this tent sometimes in some places that I'm going to be at for a long time. So I'm trying to make it a little comfortable. And then also this is going to be a drastic change for little one right here. And I'm trying to make this as comfortable as possible for little one, so I can transition her into all this. I've already been at this place right here, this spot, for about 3 hours now, and there's nobody around. This is the only site on private property, and there's a little creek and everything. It's really cute, but nobody else is around us. So she's been running around with no leash or anything, and she's loved it. But yeah, so I'm going to show you guys the tent. So I want to say, first of all, thank you so much to the person that got me this tent. Somebody got me this tent, and this tent is amazing. So I can stand up in this tent comfortably, which is awesome. And it's a 4-person tent. I wanted something a little bit bigger. My other tent is like a 2 or 3-person tent. Like I said, I'm trying to make this as comfy as possible. The poles are really heavy-duty poles, extremely heavy-duty poles. I've already shaken my tent a couple of times. This is the first time I've used the tent, by the ways. But I've shaken the tent a lot, you know, just in case windstorms and stuff. And it seems to be pretty sturdy. Right now, I don't have the rainfly on. I am going to put the rainfly on, but I wanted to show you the tent without the rainfly. But this is a really, really nice tent, and very heavy duty poles, which is very important. So one of the things you guys will probably laugh at when I show you the inside of the tent is I did bring my blanket from my bed in my travel trailer. And the reason why I did that is because A, it's warm. It's a nice warm furry fluffy blanket, but also I wanted, like I said, I'm trying to make things as comfortable as possible for little one. So she loves that blanket, and the scent of the blanket is normal to her. So that's why I brought that blanket with me. I have another blanket also that's like an 800 count comforter, and that one is inside my Jeep, on the bed inside the Jeep. So I'll use this one for when we're in the tent. The other one will be used for whenever we're in the Jeep. And I could probably use that one too if it gets too cold. So, so let's go see the tent. The tent's pretty cool. All right, little one, you want to go show everyone our tent? Let's go show them. Let's go. Let's go show them our tent. No, this way. This way. No, where are you going? Our tent. So there, here's the tent. It's a MSR Habitude 4. It, hold on, before I walk in, let me show you guys. It is a little difficult to put up the first couple of times. I did put the tent up at my trailer one time just to practice before I came out here. But yeah, I think after I do it a couple of times it'll be all right. I'll get the hang of it for sure. It's those poles. So here is a fancy little setup. So I have the bed in the center right now because of the fact that it's a good position facing towards the creek where I'm at. So there's Tasha, come over here. Come on. Come on, baby. So there's my blanket from the trailer. There's my little heater. There's her bed over there. And then some clothes. So yeah. So yeah. It's pretty nice. And as you guys can see, I can stand up in it. That's good.